Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's first teaser trailer over at Star Wars Celebration back in April of this year, followed by the second teaser that was provided by D23 and Good Morning America, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager to see the third and final trailer of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, as we get closer to, of course, mid-October, which is when Disney and Lucasfilm plan to drop the third trailer for Episode 9. By the way, they are aiming for October 14th and 18th. 18th specifically because they're going to connect it to Maleficent 2 on the big screen, and the 14th for television, which could very well be a big hint and or indicator that this new trailer is going to debut during Monday Night Football. Now, on top of all this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 3 of Episode 9, this is where things begin to get very intense for this movie. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Kylo Ren and Rey are said to be fighting inside of Palpatine's old throne room from the wreckage of the second Death Star. It's described to be a tease of a lightsaber battle between Rey and Kylo Ren, where they are clashing blades in front of the iconic window panel that lies behind Palpatine's throne as Rey and Kylo clash their sabers multiple times. It's explained that the scenery of the interior of the throne room is said to be rusted with lightning in the background, looking out to the ocean of what is implied to be the forest moon of Endor, since the moon has 8% water. It's said that they are fighting inside of the Emperor's Tower, which holds Palpatine's throne room, which Rey and Kylo Ren are said to fight in 4 different locations within the tower before the fight on the actual top of the wreckage, as seen in teaser number 2. The next describes a sequence in which Rey is said to be meditating through the ways of the Force, where a blue kyber crystal is floating in front of her. It's described that the kyber crystal is to be inserted into the redesign of the Skywalker saber. While Rey meditates with the crystal, it's said that the voices of Obi-Wan, Anakin, Yoda, and even Luke Skywalker are said to be heard in the distance. The voices of the past characters are said to be a brand new dialogue and not from the past films. The environment that Rey is in is said to be a kyber crystal cave that glows in a blue hue, where a revised track of the Force theme begins to play over the shot as Rey closes her eyes. Now, another goes over a sequence in which Kylo Ren is said to be riding on his personal speeder with his Knights of Ren toward a tall castle structure on a strange world, where it cuts to a segment of which Kylo Ren's face is to be seen putting the helmet back on, where the lights shut off and the cracks in his helmet begin to glow in the dark in a red hue and or color, before igniting his crossguard saber in front of his face. Lastly, a sequence where it's described that Kylo Ren is said to be seen in a rear shot facing a large red throne inside of a cave-like environment, where a brand new theme for Palpatine is said to play over the sequence. Is it that this is where the throne is described to turn around just like in the original, revealing a figure with a hood over his head, where a brand new Palpatine piece of dialogue is said to tune in, telling Kylo Ren your journey toward the dark side nears its end. It's said that this line of dialogue is an homage of what Palpatine told to Luke in Episode 6, and your journey toward the dark side will be complete. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to be very heavy on Jedi, Sith, and Force lore, and that they will be introducing new types of Star Wars material that fans have never seen before on the big screen. I want to go over to one of the sequences that I think are really going to be a big part of the fight between Rey and Kylo Ren, which is where it's actually described that they are fighting inside the wreckage of the second Death Star. Not on top of it like in teaser 2, but actually inside of the wreckage of the second Death Star. Now, specifically inside of Palpatine's old throne room from Episode 6. Now, what I like so much about this is that this is, once again, an original idea by J.J. Abrams that he had for The Force Awakens, of Rey actually going down underneath to Palpatine's throne room, where the second Death Star was actually pretty much underneath the water of an unknown world. And what I like about this as well is that this is serving as a parallel, kind of giving echoes to the past while at the same exact time doing something very different. You know, in Episode 6 we had, of course, Luke and Vader fighting each other to the death on board of the second Death Star, and now we have the same exact thing happening between Rey and Kylo Ren, many years after the events of the Battle of Endor, where the actual remains of the second Death Star is actually underneath the ocean. Now, Endor, by the way, the forest moon, has 8% water, so it's very much hinted at that this is indeed the forest moon of Endor in The Rise of Skywalker, and that's exactly where we are. It is also the second Death Star, not the first one, so that's one thing to really keep note of here. And I think the fact that a lot of fans are very excited about this is only going to ramp up the hype once the actual trailer drops, come of course October 14th of this year, which is where we will be able to see new footage of Episode 9 and get a better idea and sense of this movie. Anyways guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding on one. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.